Hey everybody, Happy New Year. Rob Cootie here, the MLM Solution. Today is January 4th, Monday. January 4th is currently 10:57 and 30 seconds Eastern Standard Time. As you know, we go live each and every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you will, please share our podcast and our social media platforms with our fellow network marketers across the world. You guys have been great about that. Please continue to help us spread the word about the information we're bringing to this industry. The hashtag TheMLM Solution, hashtag TheMLM Solution is the way that you can share this with our fellow network marketers across the globe. I want to say thank you in advance for doing that. Today's topic is going to be a good one. It is this podcast number 106, if you can believe it, the holiday blues, re-engaging after the holidays. The holiday blues, re-engaging after the holidays. You do not want to miss this. This is critical information if you want to get your New Year's started off on the right step, where you can use January as the springboard for greatness during this year, 2021, then you do not want to miss this episode. We're going to cover that and other really important information about how to get your New Year started in the proper way. So with that being said, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to hop off of here and because we're going to be going live, Miss Marie and I, here very shortly. See you guys in a few moments.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello there, Miss Marie. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Rob. Welcome to the first Monday of 2021. How the heck are you?
I'm doing great. I feel much better. We finally figured out something in regards to my arm, so it feels much better. Still going to go to the doctor, a different doctor, to get a second opinion. I always believe in second and third opinions. I do that all the time. And I'm looking forward to that because that will help me get this new year off health-wise to a great start. So I'm looking forward to that, but thank you for asking. I hope your holiday season was as good as mine. The wife and I really enjoyed it. As she said, it was one of the longest weekends that she can remember, in other words, from Christmas to New Year's, because we really took time to enjoy each other and spend time together and just we enjoy the holidays for what they are. So hopefully you did the same.
Oh, yep, absolutely. Had a great holiday season and looking forward to getting into this new year and seeing what's coming down the pike. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I hope all of you out there have had a happy holiday and a safe holiday season. It's great to, the new year, there's always that energy, and I certainly feel it. This morning, I was really tired. Don't know why. I laid down, took a nap because I rarely do that. But I was just wore the flip out. Don't know why. Didn't work hard. I took a nap. I feel great. Hopefully this is the way I'll feel from here on out for the new year because I love energy. And January is all about energy, not just for you and I, but for everybody that's in any type of business. It's exciting. The potential of what this year can do for people personally and professionally and business-wise is an unknown, but that is what people get excited about.
Yep, absolutely. And for a lot of people out there, it's unfortunate because this is like their least favorite day of the year, right? You're coming out of the holidays. You've had this time to spend with family and friends, an opportunity to relax. And it's the first Monday of the new year. And most people are doing what? Back to the old grind, right? So they're looking for opportunities out there. So it's a great time of year in the network marketing industry because people have had the opportunity to have a little bit of that time freedom and maybe get a taste of it, and they're
Mhm.
starting to think a little bit. It's like, oh man, wouldn't it be great if like every week was Christmas or every week was New Year's, and might be open to thinking about new opportunities. So this is a great time to really start ramping up and re-engaging in your business, because a lot of people in the workaday world are experiencing those holiday blues, right?
That's right. There it is. Which is why it's in the title, The Holiday Blues, re-engaging after the holidays, guys. She nailed it. Look, there are people that are excited about this year, the changes they want to bring to themselves personally, as well as professionally, as well as business. And they are more open to discussing things than ever before. They want to make changes, and they hope these changes are going to be positive ones for their lives. And now's the time to talk to them. People are in the mood to lose weight. People are in the mood to get in better shape. People are in the mood to move forward in different aspects of their life. The weekly grind, the daily grind, whatever you want to call it, certainly does not bode well for them. As she stated, many people, even people that love their jobs, they do get stuck in that rut, okay? And now's the time that you want to be talking to them. Now's the time to get in front of them. Now's the time to share that music to the ears message, because you will be amazed at what you can do in January and February. About mid-February, Miss Marie, and on, it starts to get old. If you're not out there doing it now, I'll be honest with you, Miss Marie, you're going to find your biggest leaders during this time frame. Between now and February 15th, guys, that's a short time frame. That's only a little over 40 days. And I'm going to tell you something. You can do wonders for your business in that short time frame. Once again, you will find some of your biggest leaders. Because Miss Marie, what happens, without dragging this point on down the road, is that life knocks people upside the head. And they say, I need to make a change. Right now, January is all about change. The new year is all about change in some aspect in people's lives. Okay. And once the routine sets in, about February 15th, people come to realize, okay, this is what this is going to be for the rest of the year. and usually it takes a life event for something to happen. In other words, for them to make a change, because they've accepted their fate after February 15th. Now, does that mean it's actually the day of February 15th? No, not necessarily. But history has shown me over the years in many different capacities, okay, not just network marketing, that February 15th, people resign themselves, okay, this is what this year is going to be. And once again, unless something major happens in their life. So, gosh, guys, you got to take advantage of this. I was always excited, Miss Marie, for January and February, as far as network marketing went.
Absolutely. And as far as re-engaging after the holidays, there's kind of two main avenues I wanted to run down here in terms of our discussion. And the first is, re-engaging yourself in your business after the holidays. Now, if you guys have been tracking with us over the past several weeks, we've been encouraging you to, even though it's the holidays and a lot of people will relax and lay back for a minute, we've encouraged you to really keep pursuing your business, keep that consistency going. Don't let up on that momentum. But at the same time, there are those folks that, of course, for whatever reason, maybe family obligations, commitments, travel over the holidays, whatever it may be, may have, brought their foot off the gas a little bit, took a little bit of a break. So you want to make sure that you're fully engaging in your business again, that you have that commitment going, that you're ready to roll. You're going to do those consistent and correct business building activities and bring your team along as you're doing that as well. And of course, one of the things we often talk about is setting yourself up for a 90-day mini blast. Now, we're not going to get into that discussion today. That's actually going to be our topic for tomorrow. So if you want a little bit more of the strategery discussion about what to do to really re-engage your business and get the year off to a great start, join us Tuesday, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we'll be talking about that 90-day mini blast. But today I want to talk about the fact that you need to start kind of gearing up to get that plan in place, to make that commitment to yourself, to serve your team, your family, to go after those goals that you want. Rob, anything you want to add in terms of, kind of just gearing up to get ready to go?
No, you pretty much covered it very well, but no, we'll take a dive into this subject matter here in a moment. You set it up really well. The bottom line is, guys, is that now's the time to take action. I mean, that's just the bottom line. She said it beautifully to set up our topic for today. But the bottom line is it's all about action. We tell you that all the time. But it's about CCBBA. And once again, you're going to hear all these terms and all these things over and over. Why? Because they are the truth. They are what makes this business go. And with that being said, let me just say this. Our free gifts are still available on our website. And you know that we promote these all the time. We're always talking about the basics. Well, guess what? The 4 critical mistakes that you guys may be making. If you're making 1, if you're making 2, or all 4, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is that if you're making any one of these mistakes, those mistakes are eating away at the success foundation that you're trying to lay in place. And it's going to be extremely difficult. You're going to become a grinder, and grinders do not last in this business. Additionally, this is our peanut butter and jelly combination, meaning the 4 critical mistakes and the 5 simple steps to success. As you can see here, the bottom line is these two go together hand in hand. We're going to teach you and let you know about the 4 critical mistakes most network marketers make. But at the same time, we're going to show you the 5 simple steps to networking success. These 5 simple steps make up the very foundation of the business building process. Between the 4 critical mistakes and the 5 simple steps, guys, you are a focused business building machine. Who does not want to be that? You can become that focused business building machine capable of amazing results this year. And you can all start in January. So go there. These are free. 1 ebook, 1 video, 1 audio. They complement one another. The ebooks are short to the point. They're typically 8 to 20 pages long. It's great information. It's very engaging information. You'll be glad that you got that information once you open them up. Additionally, the Zero to Networking Hero, it does not take a backseat to either one of these 2 products, but the bottom line is it brings all that together. Great combination, great information. Why do we bring that up? Because we want you to know that information is available free, F-R-E-E, free. Okay, and Miss Marie and I always promoting the basics. And as she laid this episode out, reminded me to let you guys know about those free gifts available at TheMLM-solution.net. All right, with that being said, we're going to be talking about the holiday blues. And the holiday blues does apply to certain people. Actually, maybe the vast majority of the people. Why? We're not talking about the holiday blues that you spent too much money or that you ate too much food or whatever the case may be. The bottom line is that the holiday blues can have an effect on all of our businesses. No one is exempt. If you're in the network marketing industry and you have a downline, you're going to experience the holiday blues in many different capacities. And maybe even with yourself, trying to get yourself back in the groove, trying to get yourself motivated. That's the reason why we tell you that the professional business builders always keep building during the holidays. There are mixed results during the holidays because it is, in fact, the holidays. You can't force people to do something they don't want to do. Right, Miss Marie?
Absolutely. And the other aspect of it is, again, it's that funk after the holidays. You've had some fun, and it's just like, oh, here we go again, another year. And especially coming out of 2020, right? Everybody's like, whoo, thank God that's done and over with. Let's move on.
That's right. Exactly. And that's part of the holiday blues too, guys. We realize that. But here's the thing. If you always stay grounded, always stay grounded in the 5 simple steps to networking success, you are on the right track. You cannot go wrong. The only thing is left is the hard work and the focus. That's it. And then it's just a matter of time before things start to happen. But the holiday blues not only apply to you. Maybe like the wife and I, as I said, we really had a great holiday season. And to be honest with you, if I was in the business right now, I would have to motivate myself to get back out there. And Miss Marie, no one can motivate me better than myself. Why? Because history has shown me that if I don't get my butt in gear in January, I'm going to struggle to keep up. Guys, this business works in thirds. I'm not going to get too deep. We talk about this all the time. You can go back and look at our previous episodes. We talk about it 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. You do not want to miss that episode. It explains this business in spades. Here's the bottom line. This is your first third, Miss Marie, the first quarter. It is essential that you guys get your business on the right track starting now. And guess what? If you're struggling a little bit with motivation, what do you think your downline is doing? Even your stars, they're human beings. You are going to have a small percentage that will continue to build their businesses during the holidays. I did, and I had great people in my business. But here's the thing. We're all human. Now, we're not justifying inactivity during the holiday season. We told you about the dangers. Miss Marie, we focused from Thanksgiving to the New Year on the dangers of the holiday season and what they bring to your business and your mindset, didn't we? We had many episodes on that.
Yeah, we did. And the other thing too is like, it's not only are we in the first 1/3, but we are at the beginning of the first 1/3. And this is a great opportunity. I always looked at this, the first week of January was always a wonderful opportunity to also re-engage your team.
Yes.
And you can do that from a couple different aspects, right? If you've been monitoring your back office, or I'm sure you get notifications through your network marketing company as new customers are signed up or new business partners are signed up. So this is a great opportunity to follow up with your team members who have been active over the holidays and congratulate them for continuing to build that momentum. And then also, you know, back in the day, as a self-motivating factor for me is I would tell people, hey, I am gearing up to start a 90-day mini blast next week, or maybe I'd launch it mid-January or whatever. You know, why don't you come run with me? Let's really build this together to help them maintain that momentum, maintain that motivation for themselves. And the other aspect that's really nice is it's a perfect time of year to reach out to those people on your team who maybe weren't very active over the holidays, or maybe signed up sometime the previous year, maybe were a little bit active and then dropped off or whatever. It's a great time to follow up and say, hey, just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Wanted to wish you all the best in the new year. This is, you know, the 90-day mini blast schedule we have going on. If you'd like to join in, we'll get you more information. So however you want to communicate with your team, whether it's a personal phone call, maybe that's to like some of your leaders to do a little bit of, again, that strategery for the coming year over what you want to accomplish, or it's an email personalized out, or maybe even a group email, or you schedule a team meeting of some sort, whether it's a conference call, a Zoom meeting, just to kind of communicate your excitement for the new year, how you're re-engaging and stepping up to the next level with your business, and how they can join you, as well as how you can help them build towards their goals and the success that they want to achieve. So that you know, it's the early part of the year. Again, it goes back to that whole excitement. It's like, it's fresh, it's new. There's kind of that high level of expectation. So to feed into that, but actually start laying out a plan and taking some concrete action to start building that is absolutely key. And what it can do to like launch you into the new year, it can be absolutely phenomenal. Your first quarter could be your biggest part of the year, and that momentum will carry you through perhaps not only the next year, but the next 3 to 5 years. It can be amazing.
It can be, absolutely. And when I was active in the industry and learned how it worked, and a part of learning how it worked was learning how people work, which we can do countless episodes on. We could be 1,000 years old and still talk about humans and have fresh material. So the thing is that one of the things I learned is that I set up January and December, Miss Marine, and you say, okay, what are you talking about there? And you and I have really not talked about this, but what I would do, Miss Marie, because I understand the military really taught me, well, inherently I knew that communication was important in a relationship, especially in marriage. But as I was in the military, you know, our lives depended upon accurate communication, quick and accurate communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
So bottom line is that I realized communication was essential to success in life. And so what I would do, Miss Marie, is in December, I'd say, hey, guys, we all know that January, it can be a springboard. Everybody's excited about the possibilities of a new year. And I go through that whole process, using truisms, not false hype, and saying, hey, you know what? We all know that we need to be doing the 5 simple steps during the holiday season. We cannot slow down, because I knew I couldn't hold anybody's feet to the fire. The superstars or the stars were going to do the 5 simple steps, whether I brought it up or not, because they had a goal, they had an ambition, and they got it. And the reason they got it is because in June and July, I was telling them about the treacherous holiday season, what it could do to their business. So they already mentally knew. I was already setting up November and December challenges in June, right? When I signed people up and they were in a groove, and I'd say, hey, you've got good things going. I tell them in September, but hey, the holidays are coming, and here's the pitfalls. Because you and I are always telling people, Miss Marie, just like you did in that wonderful points that you were making there, we have told people, you set up in communication-wise, we want people to avoid those pitfalls. We talk about that all the time with our materials. Avoid the pitfalls. Instead of learning how to overcome them, avoid them first and foremost, right? So I would tell them in June to September, hey, guys, this is what's coming. Here's how you avoid this. Continue to do the 5 simple steps and let the chips fall where they may. Now in December, I was doing what you were just saying. I was setting up the excitement. I knew people were going to be excited about the new year. I knew they were going to do the things that you were talking about just now, but I helped set up that stage, because I knew I was going to follow up with them doing exactly what you were just saying, that I was going to contact them, whether no matter what their status was in my business. I knew that this was a fresh start for them, that if they were half on the business, half off the business, if they were doing it part-time, they could seriously think about going full-time, et cetera, et cetera. I knew all of that was in the back of their minds in January, and I set up my communication for January and December. Okay. And so it was not a surprise when they heard from me in January. And you know what I would do? I would focus on the possibilities. I would lift them up. As I always tell you, I put my hand under their feet, lift them up, and say, guys, this is a great time for all of us. The first third of the year sets up our foundation for the rest of the year. Whatever success you're going to have in December of 2021 is going to be laid in January, February, March of 2021. Guys, for all of you that are serious, for all of you that want to make this a full-time business, for all of you that want to achieve your goals and your dreams for the business, you know that January is full of excitement no matter what industry you're in. Guys, tap into that. Lay your foundation in January, February, and March for the rest of the year. You can do great things. I'm here for you. I don't care where you are in business-wise at this moment. Guys, this is a clean slate. You can start. I'm here for you. As you know, we had great success this year. And a lot of times, Miss Marie, I would attach our last third. In other words, October, November, December. I would attach, like we had the pin rank, because I always kept up. I would attach that with and say, hey, this is what happened during the holiday season. And you know what? We can make this even better in January, February, and March. In other words, I was putting out positive information in addition to my words of course, I was using email back then, and there was certain companies had great communication devices, where, I don't know how you say it. It was a messaging system, where you could send out a message blast, you could record it and hit it and send it out to everybody that was in your downline, and that was powerful. But you couldn't put an attachment on that, So I always found that email, of course, back then people checked their emails, Miss Marie. it was still safe, and it was still something that intrigued people. Oh, I got email. Oh, good. What's that? You have email? Is that AOL? What was it? You got
AOL, CompuServe way back in the day. Yeah,
you got mail. Remember that? So, and that was great. I mean, I don't know why they got away from that. You know what? To log in and say you got mail. I mean, what does that do, Miss Marie? That command tells you, oh, I need to check my email, right?
Yeah.
So that was great. But anyway, Does that make sense? I mean, that's what I did. Is I immediately tapped in that first week, just like today. You know, here we are, January 4th, and this is the beginning. She's right. This is the first workday, official workday. And guess what? That's what I would do. The first official week of work, man, I was on it. And I was reiterating what we did, the success we had in the last quarter of the previous year. And I was highlighting the potential and of the new year. And of course, Miss Marie, I always encourage people to do a 90-day mini blast and to start as soon as possible, because you cannot afford to screw around on a 90-day mini blast. Think about it. That is the whole first third of the new year. And it's going to take every bit of that. You know that, Miss Marie. You know, the great thing is you can start a 90-day mini blast and you can screw it up if you're new and say, oh, I screwed that up. And you can hit the reset button and start again and have a new day number one, right, Miss Marie? Instead of it being January 4th of 2021, you can make it January 11th, 2021, okay? Because you started on January 4th, and then you realize, oh my gosh, I'm really screwing this whole thing up. I need to go back and read the notes or get a hold of my leader, whatever, and then get refocused and start January 11th, right? It's not too late.
Yep. And that's the great thing about where we are in the timing now is if you're reaching out and re-engaging and kind of reinvigorating your team with what's possible, the direction that's coming, you know, perhaps some new products were introduced as part of your network marketing company for the beginning of the year. So that can build some excitement as well. You kind of get that 90-day mini blast scheduled. You share with people what you're going to do. It's that leading by example. Right. And inviting them to join you. That's right. You know, if I'm going to start my 90-day mini blast on January, we're on the 4th, let's call it the 18th rather than the 15th, because the 18th will be a Monday, right? Yep. And just, you know, as I'm reaching out, it's like, hey, I'm gearing up to do a 90-day mini blast. I'm starting January 18th. I'm going to put my head down for 90 days. I'm going to go. If you'd like to be part of the, you know, the launch team for this, let me know. We'll sign you up. We'll do a little support, maybe put together a Facebook group to help coordinate that, cause some, you know, accountability, some, you know, a little bit of that buddy system where you can encourage one another. It's like in the morning you put in the group, hey, my goal is to, you know, contact and talk to 20 people today. And at the end of the day, it's like, well, my goal was 20. I talked to 18. I was close. Maybe I didn't hit the 18, but you know, that's what I was able to accomplish in the time I had allotted. So kind of getting that plan, creating a supportive, encouraging environment for your team to plug into and do the same thing, and then start executing on it. And again, we'll talk about the details of that 90-day mini blast, how that works in our show tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. But at this point, you're just, again, it's kind of that personal touch, right? It's all about your network, the people that you're engaging with. And one of the most important things you have as part of your network marketing business is your team. Yeah. Because as they succeed, they push you towards your goals and help enhance your success. Right. So as you're helping other people get what they want, they're helping you get what you want, right? So if you're building that supportive environment, I mean, that don't underestimate the importance of that. Now you may be thinking, oh, that's only going to work if I have this huge team of 100 people. That's not true. You know, if you just engaged in your network marketing business within the last few months and you have, say, you know, 5, 6, 7 people on your team, makes no difference. Whatever the size of your team, you want to do the same type of engagement, the same type of encouragement, and the same type of kind of buddy system to bring them along. It's so much easier that way, and you'll find people stick so much longer and become more invested and more motivated, because not only do they have their own goals, dreams, hopes, desires driving them, but when you kind of incorporate that accountability too, it's like, oh, you know what? I talked to Rob this morning and I committed to making 20 calls, and you know, it's lunchtime and nobody's answering the phone and I can't get a hold of anybody and I'm tired and I need a nap, but doggone it, I committed to Rob that I was going to, you know, make those 20 calls. So I got to I got to push through and I'm going to keep going this afternoon. It can be that just that little bit of thing that makes the difference and helps people accomplish what they're after. And then, as we always say, as you take the action, you begin to see the results. And as you get the results, that kind of enhances that self-motivation. It's like, oh, here it goes. It's working. I'm going to keep doing this again. And you keep continuing on. Have you not found something similar to that, Rob?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. And the thing is, Miss Marie, we should do an episode before I forget on I forgot what I was going to say now. Daggone it. That's old age. I'm not going to, hey, this is, you can tell this is real. We're real people and we're not polished professionals, because I just had a senior moment here.
We're professionals. We're just not polished professionals.
There you go. Okay, there we go. It was going to be in regards to the business building process. Oh, no, I know what it is. Facebook. You know what? We ought to do that, because you're right. Accountability is huge. And now we can use technology, because, we have the Building MLM Online coming out soon, I'm sure this year. And part of that is utilizing technology. And one of the most beautiful ways you can use technology to hold people accountable is what she just said. And that is this. You know what? You go out there and you say, hey, you know what? Whoever wants to do a 90-day mini blast, we're going to have a Facebook group or whatever group you want to, what social media platform you want to use, LinkedIn, whatever. And she's right. You can say, hey, you know what? And that way people can say, hey, I signed somebody up new today. Or, hey, I signed 2 new people up today. Now, you can't put their pictures and names up on there without their approval. You can ask them, okay? But obviously you can say, I signed Dan and Sally up today. And you can do that. You just don't want to use their last names or use their pictures without their approval. Some people are very leery about their information being on Facebook, okay? So I want to make that clear. I do not want you to get in trouble. But it's a great way, Miss Marie, because you can say, I signed them up today. Sally signed up at 11:09 a.m. this morning, and Dan signed up at 3:02 p.m. this afternoon. I mean, if you do a specific, typically that is an indication that you're telling the truth. The point is that that is a great way to be accountable, Miss Marie, because you don't want to be left behind. You want your peers to cheer you on. You want your superiors, your sponsor, leader, whatever, to see that you are in fact doing things, and if you have a question, you can go there. So that is a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. That would be a great episode in the future so that people can understand how to utilize that. But the thing is, Miss Marie, you're absolutely right. Look, here's the bottom line, guys. You're going to have some people that are going to already have done 90-day mini blast, and they're trying to finish that off. If it's their first 90-day mini blast, in other words, it's phase 1. Phase 1's all about your 90-day mini blast. It's about getting your new people their first check, et cetera, getting their feet under them, et cetera, et cetera. And your first 90-day mini blast, to be honest with you, is going to take up a lot of your time and attention. The thought of going to phase 3, which is a second 90-day mini blast in a new year, can be a daunting task. But Miss Marie is absolutely right. What you want to do is you want to put that out there, because that is the springboard. The 90-day mini blast is everything that you need to make this year your best year ever. You can't do a 90-day, you can't have success in this year without doing a 90-day mini blast, at least one, because you don't have the speed and urgency. You don't have the goals established. You don't know what you're shooting for. You don't have focus. You don't have that motivation. And the 90-day mini blast does all that, right, Miss Marie? It does that. And the biggest part of the 90-day mini blast, guys, is it uses documents in detail so that your people become focused. They know what they're doing. They know how to do it. They know what they need to do to get there. But more importantly, that first check. Okay. And people overlook that. And that is part of the 90-day mini blast we talked about in our previous episode. So getting people on board with the 90-day mini blast, as she said, is absolutely essential. But you want to get people, you want to tap into the natural, inherent excitement that people have in January for change. Now, the holiday blues, Miss Marie, we got to talk about that. because we touched on it a little bit, but look, there is a serious hangover of holiday blues. People don't want to go back to work. To face the grind, that eats at them, especially if they don't like their job, especially if they feel they're being underpaid and overworked. Guys, the holiday blues can be a major challenge, and you're going to have to be part of I guess use some counseling techniques or approaches to help people get through the holiday blues. Okay. What you don't want to do, Miss Marie, is get on there and get Miss Marie on the phone and say, yeah, Miss Marie, I understand, man, your job sucks. And man, you've been complaining about it a long time. Now you're really just taking a sledgehammer, hitting her over the head and driving her down to the ground even further. And say, well, Miss Marie, look, you know what? We've talked about working together. Why don't we work together? And let's see if we can't make a difference. You know, hope springs eternal in New Year's. You know what? It's January. If you work with me, I'll be right there with you. Let's set a foundation for success. Let's make changes, okay? And you want to be, once again, uplifting and get her focused. And you don't want to use the words 90-day mini blast when you're trying to get her out of the doldrums of the holidays, because that'll scare the shit out of her. Okay, that's the bottom line. Okay, because the commitment of 90 days to her at this moment when she's still got a holiday blue hangover it could blow her out of the water. She'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't even think that far ahead. 90 days. Okay. Now you can use the term 90-day mini blast with your people, your seasoned people that have been in your business for a while. They get it. They understand. That's not going to scare them, okay? But if Miss Marie just came into the business in September of last year, she had to take the holidays off to do this, to do that, whatever, and she told you up front in September that she wasn't going to be able to do anything, the last thing you want to do is throw the word 90 days out there at her, because when you're talking to her on the phone or maybe sometimes in the emails, here's the thing, or text messages, you can pick up on the holiday blues, right, Miss Marie, where they're dreading going back to work. Maybe their holidays didn't go as well. Maybe they went into tremendous debt, okay, trying to make everybody happy. Whatever the case may be, the one thing you don't want to do is put that added extra burden. It's a heavy burden because she doesn't fully understand a 90-day mini blast. But that number 90 is a biggie for her. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't even think that far ahead. Hell, I got enough going on. And she's dragging the previous year with her, whether it's the debt, maybe something happened. Unfortunately, Miss Marie, we had some deaths in our family during the holidays, believe it or not. We had 2, I think 3. So I totally get where the holidays can sometimes get you in a blue mood. So I wanted to bring that up and let people know that you can't hammer these new people with this 90-day mini blast. You have to ease into that. Right, Miss Marie? I mean,
absolutely. And that's part of the reason why I use the phrasing, you know, as you're reaching out to people and following up on the holidays and wishing them well and just kind of having that personal contact is inviting them into that effort with you. It's not a command. It's not a demand. I mean, obviously, again, we always talk about the fact that, you know, each person is responsible for their own business. You really don't have any control over them. You want to be able to mentor and guide them along the correct path to success, because you know what that is, especially if you've been following us for any length of time, using those 5 simple steps, consistent, correct business building activities, all those types of things. So you can help show them the way, but you can't make them do it, right? It's that old adage, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You can at least extend the invitation and say, this is what I'm doing, and this is how we've experienced success in the past. Come on along, but they have to take that step as to whether or not they're going to join you in that effort.
That's right. Very good point. Miss Marie, here's another subject for us to do. Well, we're just full of them today. You know what? If people have already done a 90-day mini blast, maybe they've done phase 3, which is their second 90-day mini blast. How do you motivate those people in the new year? So we might want to bring that up, you know, trying to get people, successful people, remotivated or refocused. That would be a great show, because you just touched on a subject there Because look, guys, if you've got people in your downline that have already done their initial 90-day mini blast in June, July, and August, or maybe in August, September, and October, the one thing that you don't want to do is send out a blast, an email blast to everybody that has the same content. Hey, let's all do a 90-day mini blast. That's not going to go over well with your people that just finished one. Doing two is a monumental task. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, the payoff is huge. And the second one's easier than the first one. But to do it twice in 1 year, Miss Marie, in a calendar year, that is huge. Some of you can. I'm telling you, that is a tough thing. But the thing, it is possible. There are people that do it. What you don't want to put that extra burden on your new people, or the people that already had done one in phase one of their business building process. You will push people away. You're going to be putting extra pressure on them. Once again, the January is a very delicate month. You're not going to tiptoe around your people. That's not what we're about. You got to have a spine, but there's a right way to go about it. And Miss Marie said it earlier. Set it by example. If you want to do your second 90-day mini blast starting in January, put it out that, hey, I'm going to do this. Who wants to join me? Okay. The bad thing with that, Miss Marie, sometimes is that just saying that is not enough. You got to say, hey, I'm going to do my second 90-day mini blast. This is where I am. I'm making $22,000 a month, and my goal is to make $42,000 a month by June. And I know it's going to take a second day mini blast. I'm ready to go. Is there anybody else who wants to go with me? Miss Marie, there are people that will say, hey, you know what? If he's going to do it, he's proven that he can do this. You know what? I want to ride that coattail. That is a great way. What are you doing? You're communicating what? Just simple things. What? Your goals. Okay. What is January about? Setting goals, right, Miss Marie? Hey, I want to lose weight by so time. I want to do this by so. I want to save up this much money. I want to go back to school. I want to finish my degree. January is all about goals. And guys, just saying the word 90-day mini blast is not enough. And Miss Marie's absolutely right. You setting the example is huge. It's huge. And you should be one of the leaders on the Facebook page. Maybe you create a 90-day mini blast Facebook page. And only people that are doing 90-day mini blasts are allowed on there and hold each other accountable. You should be the lead on there, right, Miss Marie?
Yep, absolutely. And, just to kind of summarize what we've been talking about here, it's the beginning of the year. There's newness, there's excitement that you want to take advantage of. And then Rob's got a furry friend with him.
Well, she's about to pee in her pants. I'll be right back.
No problem. But I was saying, in terms of summarizing what we're talking about here, it's the beginning of the year. There's that newness, that excitement. People are excited to do something new. They have their goals, their dreams. Maybe they've set some plans or places that they want to get to in their life in terms of time freedom, the lifestyle, or even an income gain that they're looking to make in this new year. And you can help them accomplish that. So just from a prospecting, business building perspective, it's an awesome time of year, but then also to be reaching out and re-engaging and encouraging your current team members with what's possible, and also creating a clear path for them to follow. Now, you're always offering that with the 5 simple steps, the consistent and correct business building activities, the normal path that we recommend that you follow with these steps that we take. But it is an exceptional time to go along and do these consistent and correct business building activities and get people back into the groove at the beginning of the year so they can achieve that success. So those were the main points we really wanted to cover today. And I am looking, our producer stepped away for a moment. I was going to pop up the banner that talks about our social media platforms. Oh, good, he's back. But what I wanted to say really was that if you appreciate the information that we're sharing, you're understanding the points we're making, be sure to like, comment, and share across our social media platforms. You can find us using hashtag #TheMLM-Solution. That's hashtag #TheMLM-Solution. And then, of course, our YouTube channel, Be sure to go out there, subscribe, and register for notifications as well. So you know when we upload new content, you'll get notifications when we go live, and you can join us. And then, of course, our website, TheMLM-solution.net. Be sure to check that out. Download those free gifts that Rob mentioned earlier. And, give us that thumbs up. Shoot us any comments you may have. We'd love to hear from you guys. And of course, if you have any questions or anything else you want to learn more about, we're always open to that. And many of our topics come from some of the feedback we get from you guys. And we do have a feedback form at themlmsolution.net/survey. You can go out there, fill out that information, and drop us a line. Let us know what you think, what your goals are for the new year, and how we can help you attain those.
That's right. There it is. All right, guys. Well, you know what? It was a good beginning. And sorry for the interruption, but that was little Lily. And when she comes up and starts to lick on my ankle, that's a sure sign. Daddy, I'm about to pee my pants. So Mother Nature was calling. And I couldn't let her down. I tried to pet her. I had her in my lap, but that wasn't working. She's like, no. Time for me to go, Dad. All right. With that being said, guys, remember, as we said, there's the free gifts. Go there. Get your free gifts. See the word free, FREE. There's your free gifts. Don't forget that. Remember, the Black Friday is gone. That special pricing is gone. That makes Miss Marie happy. She did not like that pricing. But guess what? We're going to have some other sales here in the very near future. We're going to be really aggressive in helping you guys out and getting this information out to you. With that being said, Miss Marie, you have anything else to add?
I do not. Join us tomorrow, where we're going to be talking in more detail about the 90-day mini blast, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Okay, sounds good, guys. God bless. Take care. Be safe. We'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLM-solution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.